Hi peeps, Linda here. Today I'm really excited. I'm in a collaboration with Mike Deacon Art, and the theme is Neglected Tools of the Trade. I can't wait to see what Mike does, but I'm looking forward to sharing with you my project. I haven't done a mixed media project for quite a while, so I'm really excited about this one, and I will see you at the end. Enjoy. Okay, so for my project I'm going to be using this MDF frame that I purchased from Imagination Crafts here in the UK, and I'm going with haberdashery, scissors, bobbins, pins, zips, and to decorate the inside of the frame I've got this old pattern, and I'm going to be using this pattern tissue paper, which as you can see is yellow brown with age. So, and I think this pattern, if I can see where the pattern doesn't give a date, but it's from Canada and it's in French, so I've got that. And so I'm going to make a start, and first thing I want to do obviously is I want to take this frame out. So I've taken the frame out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a coat of gesso. So as always I'm going to be using the Winsor & Newton white gesso primer, and I'm just going to put it on with a paintbrush. I'm going to paint this on, so, and then I can put this to one side then. So there we are, a quick coat, and I'll leave that to one side now to dry. Next thing I want to do, I want to bring this in, and before I paint this I'm going to add some texture with the chicken wire and the circles, and I'm just going to add just some texture around the frame just for something different. And I'm going to use again from Imagination Crafts this structure paste, which is absolutely fabulous. Love this. It's got kind of like a gritty feel to it, and I believe it's marble dust that's inside it. So I'm just going to add a bit of texture, not much and not perfect, just here and there. Add some down in this corner as well. Don't want it perfect at all, but this texture paste dries really quick as well, so that's good. There we are. And I'm just going to come in with some of these circles. distressed dots they are. You don't need a lot. There we are. So that's that done. And I'll pop that to one side to dry, which won't take me long. The next step I want to do, I just want to show you, these are old pair of scissors that I've had, which are just no good anymore. And I've got some of these rusty safety pins, and I've got some spools, which can you see I've rusted them up, and I'll show you what I've used. I've got a hem picker, I've got a thimble, and I've got some pins and safety pins, a sewing machine needle, and I've got a piece of ribbon, I've got some zips. And I'm going to do these buttons, and I'm going to show you how I have rusted my tools of the trade. So I'll just get this, and for this I'm using, this product is from Viva Decor, and it's called Rusty Paper, and there's two different colours. There's kind of like an orangey and a dark browny reddish colour, and then to get the rust, the patina look, I've got the rusty patina. So I just open them all up, and I don't need much, as you can see. I've hardly used any. And I'm going to get a couple of stippling brushes. I like to stipple them on. So first off, I'm just going to hold the cabochon, and I'm going to go in with the orange, the brighter colour, and just stipple around the button. And going in with the brown, and just adding some brown around. And with a different brush, I'm just going to get the patina onto the stipple brush and just add some to the, so can you see the button? And I'll do that with all three of them and put them to dry. So in with the orange, little bit of orange, in with the brown, and then again in with the patina. A bit too much on there. Really quick and easy to do. And just get the last one done. So that's the buttons done. And you just need to make sure after you've used this product that you wash your brushes straight away, otherwise you'll ruin your brushes. And and that applies to any medium that you use. Always make sure you have some water in a to put your brushes in, or whatever you've used. Just clean up this mess. And this is, I've had this for years. This is a piece of MDF with my craft mat adhered to it, and it's just nice because it can put it to one side and use it, but I'd forgotten all about it until I was having a good sort out and I found it and I thought, so this is should be dry now, but I'll just give it a quick blast with the heat gun. Right, so that's dry now. So I want to come in with my pattern, and I'm just going to. I don't think this has ever been cut. Let's see if there's a smaller piece. Okay. So I just want to kind of gauge where to cut. Away later, and again I'm using the ever faithful Mod Podge to adhere it to the giving this a good coating of Mod Podge now. Might be nearly at the end of my pot. There we are. Just add that on. And I quite like the that I've got the wrinkles. It just adds again to more texture, and that's what it's all about. That's what I like. The texture that you can achieve. And I will put this to one side and let it dry while I continue on with the frame. Once this is dry, I'm going to give it a light paint over with a very pale, like a colour wash. I'm going to give it a brown colour wash. There we are. So that's that done. So I'm not sure if you can see the textures. Can you see the texture? I really like that. I like working with tissue paper. So now I'm going to bring this in the frame, and I need to just get my colours. I want to crackle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this a coat of, this is a new paint from Indigo Blue, and it's from the Junk and Disorderly range, and it's a matte acrylic paint, and it's called Leather Corset. And it's really nice, rich, dark brown colour. So I'm going to use that. just check. Just going to give it a quick blast just to double check that everything's dry. Okay, so that's dry now, and I'm just going to give it a quick paint over. Isn't that a lovely dark brown? So I'm not going to make you sit and watch me paint this, because that would be boring for you. So I will jump to the end once I've finished, when I come to the end of painting the frame. So I'll catch you in a bit. So now that's that done, I want to just give it a quick blast with the heat gun, and then I'll add my crackle medium onto it so I can crackle it. Okay, so now that's all dry, I'm going to now go over it with Folk Art Home Decor Crackle. I've got this nice wide brush I'm going to use. I'm just going to sweep down . I'm not bothered about the edges because I'm going to add patina to the edges, keeping in with the rusty unwanted tools of the trade, which is the title of the project. I can't wait to see what Mike does, and I do hope you will pop along and watch Mike's video. The more crackle medium you put on, the deeper the crackles. That makes sense. So usually I like to let this dry naturally, but because of time I'm going to sit and dry it. So I'm just going to leave that and let that finish off drying, and I'm going to bring this in now, and as I said, I want to give it a colour wash, so I'll just give it this quick blast. And I've got the Junk and Disorderly, again this is the Artist Mats acrylic paint from Indigo Blue, and this is called Warm Tan. So I'm just going to take a bit off onto my craft mat and add a bit of water to it. just give it a quick colour wash. Just quite, just the colour I was after. And with giving it the colour wash, it really enhances the creasing of the tissue, pattern tissue paper. Give this a quick spritz and just move the existing paint around. So I've got everywhere. As I say, I don't want it perfect. I want it kind of dark in places and lighter in other. So kind of taking off where I've got, and I'm happy with that. So I'll give that a quick blast. Yeah, so I've just held it. Can you see how it's dark in places and light in places, and that is just what I wanted. So again, I'll pop that to one side, give this a quick blast, and hopefully it'll be dry. Right, okay, so now I'm going to come in with the warm tan. And just sweep it down, sweep the brush down. I don't want it perfect. It's alright that it's darker in places and lighter in places. And I hope you can see that the crackle is taking effect. I'm just going back over some areas, adding a bit more paint so that the crackle will really pop. I'm just painting the inside of the frame. I'm not bothered about the outside of the frame because as I say, I'm going to add some patina to the outside so it all just ties together. These are really nice MDF frames from Imagination Craft. we are. That's that done. And I'm going to now give it a blast with the heat gun. Okay, so that's dry now. As you can you see the crackle on top of the textures? It's come out really, really well. And that corner as well. Not sure if you can see. Really pleased with that. So I'm just going to wipe up my mess. And then I'm going to dry brush some colour over the crackle just so you can see it. Okay, so now I'm going to use Kingfisher Blue, excuse me, and I'm going to dry brush it. So take some on my brush, put it onto my mat and just work it through the brush. Because I don't want work it really well into the brush so it's really into your brush, and then just with the flat of your brush just work your way down the canvas, the frame, sorry, and it just adds that little, I don't want it in my face, but I just want it to highlight the crackle. Can you see? Very, very faint, but it's there, and with it being metallic, when the light hits it, it gives it like a nice sheen to it, which is brilliant. So if I just hold it to the light, can you see just the sheen of it? I'm just working my way all the way around the frame and just catching the inside of the frame as well. It's just picking up the raised areas of the stenciling, which is really good. Just add a bit more, work it through my brush. So that's all the 4 sides inside the frame as well. And what I'm going to do, I just put some on there. I'm just going to get my finger, put some on my finger and just rub it round the outside. So it all ties in together. So that's all that done. So I'll just show it up. I will show still photographs at the end. And I'm just going to bring this in, dry this because I think it's still a bit damp. Pop that over to there. And then it's just, once this is done, it's just a case of putting everything together. I'm just going to run my brush up and down here. Just so it picks up the creases in the tissue paper. And I think it's done the job. Can you see? Right, clean up, and now it's just a case of putting it all together now. Yeah. Turn this over and move that out of the way for a minute while I put this on. If you do tissue paper and that, wait till it's dry before you remove it, otherwise you could end up ruining. There we are. So that's done, and I think I'm going to have it like that. So I just need to turn that over. Sure I've got it up the right way, how I want it. There we are. And now it's a case of just adhering everything. So I know that I want placing everything down where I want things. I'm going to have the scissors here, I think. I'm going to stick with the brown, I think. I'm just going to stick that there. Have the ribbon there. of the spools in there. Have the 3 buttons up there, and then just have them around. So the next thing is to adhere everything, and for this I'm going to use Golden Gel Medium. In my palette now. So a little brush, a little brush. So I'm going to kind of like paint it on here. On the zip. I think I need to take them cabochons off. This medium is really good at sticking things, adhering things. It's fab. Apart from its other uses, but I like to use it to adhere my objects to my canvases, etc. Because once it's on, it ain't moving. Really enjoyed doing this. I've not done mixed media for a while, so I've really enjoyed doing this project, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. I might do
before the ribbon sticks is add the pins. Nice thing about this medium as well, it dries clear, which is always a good thing, I think. Just put one down here. But then I think that's them done. Put a few more spools on.
Little Mix weaving their black magic at number 14, a track that had a 3-week spell at the top of the charts back in 2015. Right, let's go amongst that number 13 now, and the bald eagle of music himself, Pitbull, with Give Me Everything.
I need to just cut these, don't use your good scissors, Linda. Get your pliers. So I'll just go get my pliers and see if I can cut this off. Generous dollop of and I'm just going to pop these round willy-nilly, I think. And that is Unwanted Tools of the Trade project. I'm really pleased with how it's come out. As I say, it's been a while since I've done a mixed media project, so I'm absolutely thrilled to bits with how it's turned out. Once the mixed medium is dry, it'll be clear, so I'm not going to attempt to remove it, I'm just going to leave it. And I'm going to call this Forgotten Memories, and I just want to add this to here. This is my husband printed this off for me on his label maker, if I can see how to open it. I'll get the backing off it. There we are. Right, okay, I need to just trim it down. Oops. I'm going to call this Forgotten Memories. And I just need to see where I can put it. There we are. Just pop it on there. Like that. So there's my project, and I do hope you have enjoyed watching the video. I will just zoom out a bit. There we are, so you can see the full frame. And do please pop across to Mike's, which I'll put the link for his video. I'm dying to see what he's done. Well, I hope you enjoyed my project, as much as I enjoyed doing it. I will put a link to Mike's video below, and I hope you do hop across and have a look and see what Mike does. Can't wait to see what he creates. And until next time, happy crafting, and see you again real soon. Bye bye.